Hey, what's up, you guys? So this is my other update. I do one weekly, and when I get to the point where I pretty much feel like I need to do something daily, then I will. Like when I did the ovulation test, I did that one daily because of the fact, or by daily, because of the fact that I wanted to show y'all as I went along of me taking the ovulation test and me finding out that I'm actually ovulating. So pretty much backstory slash update. Backstory is January 27th. I got the depo shot the day after we had given birth to our daughter. She had passed away. I had got the depo shot thinking that it was going to be a good medium for birth control because I had the implant before and I had it in for a few years past it's actually supposed to have been in there. And then I would say maybe 4 or 5 months after I had gotten the implant taken out, that's when we had gotten pregnant with our daughter. So I didn't really think much of the depo. My cousin was raving about it. Oh yeah, I barely get a period, blase blase, things like that. But when I had gotten a depo, I got it when I was still bleeding from giving birth. And so I bled for about 2 months of the 3 months that 2 months, yeah, 2 months of the 3 months that it initially supposed to be in your system. And from those, from the side effects from that was the panic attacks, the pain, body pain, panic attacks, body pain. I had really extremely dry patches on my skin. And I'm trying to think of something else. And well, that's kind of a little bit later. But I had all those symptoms as the depo. And then after it's supposed to have been the 3 months that it went out, I didn't stop bleeding until, like I said, the second month, and that was me doing the ibuprofen that had stopped me from bleeding. It didn't stop me originally, but it lightened it up, and then it eventually stopped. I guess it kind of shocked my body into being like used to not bleeding, and so it had stopped bleeding. So then from there, after the 3 months, I'm hoping like, oh, I might get pregnant. Did research, read every blog post that was out there about the depo, how it works, how long it took people to get pregnant. Some people got pregnant on the depo, some people got pregnant right after, as soon as they missed a shot. This girl I knew, she got pregnant as soon as she missed her shot. And then some people took years. One woman that had commented on a video took her 5 years after one shot. And, that's pretty terrifying to hear because of the fact that you want to get pregnant soon. But at the same time, I'm kind of at the point where you kind of wonder, you're kind of like, I shouldn't really worry about when I'm getting pregnant. It's more of if I'll be able to keep the pregnancy type thing. I'll be able to have this baby? Will I be able to watch this person grow? Things like that. So it's kind of like I have two sides of the coin. The one of losing our daughter and hoping that I'll be able to keep the next baby that we have, or the other side of the coin where I wouldn't have ever had the depo, and I would have only had to worry about, I would have never had lost our daughter, and I would have just had to worry about possibly getting pregnant down the line. But okay, from that, so I've had periods in between the time of the depo. This is over, it's about to be a year, so I might as well make this almost a year update. So after that, I had like spotting. You will get the dark brown period spot. Trust me, that's not your period. And then I had like 3 or 4 mock periods after that, to where eventually I actually had a real period, and I was so happy. Like now when I'm having my period, I'm like, damn, this pad is hot, it's uncomfortable. But then I'm like, I'm glad I have a period, because before I didn't have a period. And period has a lot to do with your fertility. Sometimes you can ovulate without having a period, but with me, I know for a fact that I would have had to I would have had to have a period in order to ovulate. But the other way around, I would have had, in order for me to know that I'm ovulating, I would have had to have a period. That's what I'm trying to say. So after that, like I said, mock periods. Then slowly my panic attacks went away. That was very slowly, and that was not from me taking medicine. That was more of me working on my mental state of it. Because like I said, I had gotten panic attacks from from losing my daughter, but the depo, well, I had the racing thoughts from losing my daughter, but the depo, like, really amplified a panic attack, the thoughts into a panic attack. So that kind of went away. And then recently, my last video, like I told y'all, I realized that my body pain had went away, and I really didn't realize that before. But now I'm in maybe I don't have the phone here that I use in order to track my period, but I'm maybe in the 6th or 7th month of me having a period. Last time I did ovulation test, I did it on here. That was my first time doing the ovulation test. I did it on here, and it told me when I ovulated. And that month I had ovulated before it actually said that I ovulated on the app. So I took it as, the app sometimes is wrong. So this past, for like, I would say probably my past 2 periods, I've came on 2 days beforehand, before it actually said that I was supposed to come on. So that means that I ovulated 2 days before it actually said that I'm supposed to ovulate. And then one day, I think that because it said that I was in my fertility window maybe 2 days after I had gotten off my period. So it's kind of iffy with the apps. I wouldn't say trust completely in the app. I would say do your own research as far as taking your own ovulation test to see when you do actually ovulate, because of the fact that the app might be off a few days and that kind of misses your window. Me personally, I feel like I ovulate not as soon as my period come off, but maybe a day or 2 after my period come off. Like, my body's ready to get that egg out, get it out there, get it fertilized and all that other stuff. But the last time I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do in order to fertilize the egg, because like I told you, I had a full body eczema breakout, and so everything was just jacked up, and it kind of sort of still is, but I'm working on it. I'm working on everything. But like I said, I think I ovulate after maybe 2 or 3 days after I come on my period. So I would say I think it's like 4 days maybe that it says that it takes after you, because on my app it has maybe 4 or 5 days that it says up into my fertility window. It's somewhere up in there. I would say you probably should, as soon as you start bleeding, you should probably baby dance, because of the fact that the app could be wrong and you could be missing your window. It might not be that you not ovulating, or that, because you're having a period, so it might be, it might not be that you're not doing it right on the time that the app says you're doing it. It's just that you're not doing it soon enough. So as a precaution, the day after, it's like, come baby dance. But with the whole depo thing, it's kind of like I told you in my past video, when people say, I just got my depo shot, I kind of cringe and be like, no, the depo shot is not worth it, because it's a hormonal birth control. It'll be in your body as long as it decides to, as long as it can hold on to something until it decides to flush its way out. I wouldn't do that ever again. I'm not going to do that ever again. If anything, I would take the pill. Even then, I told him, if you don't want to have kids, don't be doing the stuff that you do to make kids. But like I said, it's about to be a year. My daughter is about to be a year old. It's kind of hard. Today I cried, of course. That's just kind of what comes along with it. You lose somebody, and sometimes you just got to cry it out. And that's pretty much what I had to do today, because it's hard. It's hard, y'all. First baby, lost her. Didn't think he was going to lose. This is life. That's the only I'll say is life. But like I said, it's about to be a year. It's not going to be a year to the 3 months that the depo was in my system, but it'll be a year to the day that I got the depo. And so I'm hoping that in the year's time it's out of my system. But at the same time, I won't know until I have a baby, and even then it's probably still lingering in my system somewhere. So again, do not get the depo shot. Don't get the depo shot. Do not get the depo shot. Get something that when you take it out, the hormones is done. Or when you stop taking the pill, the hormones is done. Not something where it kind of just like eventually to come out of your system. But I do thank y'all for watching. I've been doing these updates, I would say weekly, since I don't think it was when I first got the depo. I think it was a little bit after I did my research and I realized there wasn't anybody really on YouTube that was giving the updates that I needed for the depo to kind of give me hope. You know what I'm saying? But I do thank y'all for watching. I have been reading y'all comments. I do that every time. I'll be like, I do thank y'all for watching. Oh, yeah. But I have been reading y'all comments. I appreciate the comments. Thank y'all for giving me hope or bringing me back down to reality, because sometimes I need it. But I appreciate y'all. And thank y'all for watching.